Good day, everyone. Yomzi Bright S. Babkek is my name. Today in English Simplified TV, I shall be discussing the brief history of literature. Literature broadly is any collection of written work. However, it is also termed more narrowly for writings, restrictedly and specifically considered to be an art form, especially prose fiction, drama, and poetry. In recent centuries, the definition has expanded to include oral literature, much of which has been transcribed. Literature hence became a method of recording, preserving, and transmitting knowledge and entertainment, and can also have a social, psychological, spiritual, or political role. On this ground, literature as an art form can also include works in various non-fiction genres such as biographies, diaries, memoirs, letters, and essays. Within its broad definition, literature includes non-fictional books, articles, or other printed information on a particular subject. Etymologically, the term derives from Latin literatura or litera, meaning learning a writing or grammar. Originally, writing formed with letters from litera, that's from that Latin. It also means letter. In spite of this, the term has also been applied to spoken or sung texts. Worthy of note, development in print technology have allowed an ever-growing distribution and proliferation of written works, which now includes electronic literature. Literature is classified according to whether it is poetry, prose, or drama. Those are the genres of literatures, or to some extent, they call it types of literature. And such works are categorized according to historical periods or their adherence to certain aesthetic features or genres. Now, let's look at the types of literature or genres of literatures. Specifically or generally, there are three types of literature, which are as thus: drama, prose, and poetry. So, those are the three types of literature. Now, let me briefly, concisely tell you little things about these three types of literature. I will be brief about it. Now, let's take drama for the first instance. Drama, this is a genre of literature, or this is the type of literature which imitates human action. That is to say, it is the imitations of human action that is written in act and scenes. It is imitations. That's drama. Imitations of human actions that is written in acts and scenes. For example, we have different types of drama. We have three specific types of drama to some scholars. We have tragedy, comedy, and tragicomedy. Briefly, tragedy, this is an imitation, or this is a kind of imitation that starts subtly and ends subtly. Just like, for example, you give a novel which starts subtly and ends subtly. For example, we talk of William Shakespeare's novels, Julius Caesar. It starts subtly and ends subtly. Now, secondly, we look at comedy. That's a story that starts happily and ends happily. Tragicomedy, on the other hand, this is an imitation which starts sadly and ends happily, or vice versa. It might start happily and ends sadly, or sadly and ends happily, whichever. Those are the three types of drama. Now, on the second types of literature, which is poetry, Poetry, this is the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings that is recollected in tranquility, and it is written in stanza and verse. It is the spontaneous, the continuous feeling human being have. This is the continuous feeling, the spontaneous feeling that is recollected in tranquility, that is recollected into serenity. That is poetry. We have many types of poetry, but I will just give you like 5 types. First and foremost, we have lyric, lullaby, sonnet, ditch, ballad, epic, pastoral, and etc. Well or not, there are many types of poetry. Prose, finally, this is an imaginative or factual story that is written in chapters and paragraphs. It is an imagination. It's just an imagination. Prose or factual story that is written in paragraphs and chapters. Yes, it might be imaginative or factual, whichever. It could be any of the two. We have different types of prose. Novel is a type of prose. Novella is also types of prose. Short stories, etc. There are types of prose. To some scholars or to some linguists, they categorize types of prose into philosophical novel, political novel, biography, autobiography, science fiction, sociological novel, etc. They are all types of prose, whichever. So those are the 3 types of literature with a brief explanation, and that's also a brief history of literature. Stay tuned as we proceed. You listen to many exhilarating, intriguing teaching on English and literature.